In this video, we're doing a quick visit of a wonderfully handcrafted 26-foot long by 8.5-foot wide tiny house on wheels that's really one of a kind. The tiny house has an eye-catching asymmetrical exterior that combines cedar shakes and metal siding for a modern look, whereas inside we find a more cozy and traditional interior that's minimalist but still has some clever layout and design features that make the house functional and beautiful. It's really all in the details for Nick, the builder, and as you'll see in the tour, he incorporates lots of natural light, built-in storage, comfort, and practicality. We've actually featured a couple of Nick's past builds, including this folding tiny house with hand-operated wings that swing out to create more floor space when it's parked, and another one with a round wagon-style roof and a super cozy interior. Both of these were built using mostly reclaimed and salvaged materials. Needless to say, we're always excited to see what Nick comes up with, so let's check out his latest build.
This is my latest tiny home. I wanted to do kind of a blend of traditional and modern. The inside turned out pretty traditional, and the outside's a little bit more modern. This is the kitchen here. One of the interesting things about this layout is that there's kind of two workstations, and you can be working in both stations without kind of bottlenecking the kitchen. So there's dishwashing sort of area, cutting, things like that. And then the stove is kind of accessible from both sides, but two people can be in the kitchen and still not bottleneck the kitchen. So I thought that was a pretty good trick. The main thing that I like about the living room, aside from it's just like it's pretty nice proximity to the stove, is just the secondary heating system is baseboards, which is like not super fancy, but I installed it right along underneath the couch, so it heats the couch up real nice. And it's just super cozy, so even if you don't have the wood stove going, it's still really cozy on the couch. The most unique thing about the bathroom that was really worth doing, didn't take that much energy, was I lowered the metal floor joists on the trailer before I built the floor. So I got an extra 7 inches lower in the frame. Yeah, tiny houses basically, if they're going to be road legal, have to be 13.5 feet high or less. So an extra 7 inches makes a huge difference, kind of split between the loft and the bathroom. With the loft, I really tried on this design to make it feel like a totally different room and like a bedroom instead of just a loft. Like, I don't like having to climb out of the bed immediately onto a ladder. So I made a landing next to the loft, which is just above the fridge here, basically like that. So you can stand next to the bed, and right here is kind of like the desk up there. And then the landing is low enough that you still have some decent headroom here. And I actually put this big skylight here so that as you get closer to the wall, it doesn't cut off the headspace for the staircase. But just having this tiny landing here, you know, like 2 feet by 2 feet basically, it kind of makes the whole room feel like it's that size. There's just a bed here and a desk here. Then getting out of bed is no big deal. And you feel like you're in a different room, you know. Having just this tiny piece of floor makes it feel kind of as if this entire room has that much floor. It's just there's a bed there and there's a desk there. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way this one turned out, especially with the layout. Worked out really well, I think. I learned a lot from this one. and definitely that is going to be reflected in the next one.
Subscribe to Exploring Alternatives, and please share this video if you liked it. You can also follow Nick and see his latest builds on Instagram at k.knack. We'll also put links in the description below if you want to check out his folding tiny house and wagon style tiny house tour. Thanks for watching.